morning. Happy Friday. Holy moly. I have not gone to bed yet. But like I said, the past 3 days, I think the blue moon, some kind of awkwardness and introduction, um, it just kind of got to me. I don't know what the explanation is particularly, but I care not to really delve into that. I just had this haze over my head that was um, quite a bit, that landed me into kind of sleeping into hours that I don't normally sleep into, or seep into, goodness. Well, with a desire to seep into. But let's not get into specifics. Um, All right, so this is kind of like a wordy one, but there was a lot of energy into. I was about to change it, but then I felt the energy, and there was a lot. So I guess there's a lot going on. There's Friday flow going on here, and this is some input from the Umpire's Netherworld. Um, what is it? Undercurrents. Yes. Undercurrents from the Umpire's Netherworld Decoded. I was going to put Nether regions, but they said Netherworld. So let's go ahead and get that. On the left side is the recipient end, which is 3 of Cups in reverse. And then on the right side, Mother of Air, or Queen of Swords upright. So this is wonderful because as an umpire, they guard, or they're the like gatekeeper of home base. So they're the recipient, but they also do the audits, the call outs when people make it or break it, coming back home. And so I think there's a lot of messaging here, especially, goodness, on my doing sign, representative me, I am the Queen of Swords. And this is calling it, despite whatever is recorded. It's like looking at all of the books, knowing all of the answers that are recorded, like documented, versus also knowing what's not documented. So it's being able to manage that very, very well. And on the recipient side of her is this incoming of like this flow of celebratory matters. So this is very good energy. Like, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, let's just go with it. Let's just do it. And I decided I was going to wear these proudly. I already wore them on out in public accidentally when I wore my Pac-Man shirt. It just drifted a little bit forward, and I didn't wear my hat on the way out, but I made sure to protect myself. And I noticed that there was some BS energy out there wherever I got food, and this was also like pre-celebratory, in its thing, in its manners, but there was BS around, and I could totally tell people were kind of like fixated on me, even without seeing this part, just knowing who I am, and but it was like, so, when people try too hard to fit into like a certain look, or they try to pass off as a certain role and try to blend in with the environment. It's like somebody who was too book studied, I guess, or like just not as well versed in their studies of, or even exposure of, let's say, costume design. So they're hired for this like big Disney job or whatever, but they execute on a level of like um high school, just like resourcefulness, and so they don't quite have it all together. The pieces are like, they're too exact matchy in order to say like that's what that is. And so I just noticed that in the environment. And so when I like looked in the mirror when I got home, I noticed that like a few of these were peeking out too. And let me go ahead and put on my shirt again. should I put on this one or this one? No, I'll put on this one. So what was I gonna say? Matchy, blah blah blah. I noticed like it's like I just gotta like go with it. I just gotta see like what's happening with it. But it kind of reminds me of somebody that got tatted up. You know, if you look at it from a distance, I'm like, I never actually contemplated, like seriously contemplated, um, you know, well, let's say any visible markings, and so I don't know. I think I would contemplate some, you know, especially if there's like, if these are going to leave marks, definitely, then I would seriously contemplate getting some, some, beautiful penmanship on me. So, anyway, um, mm, like I just never thought it fit me, but like visibly speaking, but I'm like, it just might. So anyway, Friday's flow, the undercurrents from the Empire's Netherworld, decoded. What do you want to say, my divine panel? What do you want to tell me? For just me. Spellcasting 8. This is strength accentuated. Oh my goodness. I guess certain things that like positive affirmations at like the most chill, highest magic level are working in my favor. This is collectively speaking. I'm a great word crafter. Yeah, I feel tingles like throughout right here. That's crazy. Yeah, holy smokes. So this is channeling a shiz ton of energy. In fact, this is the Empress like going full out. You see the bunny right there? You know what I didn't realize until like a couple days after filming? I was just trying to put my like stuffed animals like, you know, in certain places that just made sense, and I just had 2 left over. So Gizmo is right over here. I thought like instead of just setting him back here, it made a lot more sense to put him, oh, you can't really see him, like hanging off of the, you know, like how he did like the whole Rambo thing. um yeah, and then I have like freaking Thumper right here. I didn't even think about it, but like I was like, oh, that's symbolic of the Empress. But anyway, I think I was guided to do that. But anyway, you see it right there. This is the first time that I've ever seen this card as the Empress, but this is like the Empress going full out. Like no inhibitions, no regard. This is coming out full force. So that's excellent. That's super excellent. Let's get a clarifier for that. For me, just a me. My divine panel, what do you want to say? I mean, that's Hecate energy blended with Freya. And if it's like with no regard, no like inhibitions, then that's also Athena energy with Kali energy. So am I missing anyone here on that? Because I feel like it's comprehensive of like massive divine feminine energy. Accentuated Page of Pentacles. This is also with the touch of the inner child. Therefore, the bunny's in there. It's just like a remembrance of what it's for, why that exists within me. It's like MO is to protect and invest in youth, in not just like youth, like the concept of it, but protecting the investments of that fruitfulness, that happiness, the fragility in it, like that it's always going to be an addition to the overall. So that's good. That's really good. All right. What else do you want to say? My divine panel. What do you want to tell me? Because dude, like I have not even felt like my eyes twitch like to fall asleep or oh my gosh, yeah. I have not felt tired. I just keep like working at stuff, checking my emails, applying, to other jobs, and like just like going through this pattern of like housework and this and that, and like I just feel like I'm on like full blast mode right now, like what and like not I'm telling you, not everything is like perfectly put in place or whatever, but like it's just I feel like there's something, and I don't feel like it's energetically like making me feel anxious. It's just like I have a lot of energy and I should be sleepy right now. I should have been sleepy like a couple hours ago or 4 hours ago. And I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, my divine panel, what do you want to tell me? Undercurrents from this umpire's Netherworld. Decoded. That one. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's the Queen of Wands. I mean, Queen of Cups. See? I feel it from the top down to what flows down beneath. Ooh. It fell on the charging cord, the top of it, on my left side in reversal. So, it's like it's a receiver, but also, yeah, receiver of the undercurrents. Like there's something charged, like underneath. That there's something coming from like the core, but with the influence of other cosmic energetics. Like it's hard. I don't know how to describe it, but that's what they're saying. You know what was crazy? In my past reading, the one right before this, I kept looking at these bear earrings, bear dangle earrings that I was going to wear. I kept being told it was very light. It was a very, very light message. And I'm like, no, I already got some earrings on. I'll go ahead and do it if I would go ahead and do it if I didn't. Um, but with the awareness that I had them on, I was going to switch them. And I was like, no, it's fine. I'm fine. And the music that came to me had two bears, like Godzilla style. I forget what the music video was, but I never seen it before. I never heard the song before, and like it freaking was there. That was nutsoids. So I love my gifts. I absolutely just love them. So the things that I've gone through in my past, I'm not gonna pat people who had ill intent on the back for that kind of an exchange. It wasn't how do I say it, the greater divine, the greater scheme of things helped balance things out, so I was on the receiving end of the best ofs. So I'm just really happy that my takeaway is so much more grand, and those applications of what I'm receiving is going to amplify what I intended anyway. So that's just wonderful. All right, what do you want to tell you, my divine panel? Yeah, it's the Tower card in reverse. See, right back. So there's, I'm telling you, like electrical undercurrents. You see, like this is the Tower card, of course, in reversal, which means that it's like in the underworld, this is what's happening, especially following up on this card. There's something absolutely electrifying within it. Like, it's kind of like fire underwater. Like, how does that happen? Something's got to be really like hot in order to show its fire underwater. And this is massive. It's telling me how much energy and how much power I can harness. like, dude, seriously, this is kind of mind-blowing to see this as the Empress and an accentuated form, talking about the undercurrents. Like, that's massive. And so that kind of like power beneath the surface, where it breaks the rules of organic properties, that I can rearrange them a bit, that I can allow both to coexist within its like extreme power that would normally be mutable. Like, do you know how hot something has to be um in order to display its fire coexisting with water? um that's like when lava, I'd have to like do a replay on this, but lava hitting water, it there's like a cooling, a steaming process where it's only, I don't know if it's instantaneous that it turns into like lava rock, or if it's only just within a few seconds that it coexists, or milliseconds, microseconds. So I have to check back on that, but it's telling me a lot of like I have that. And again, this is kind of like Pele energy. And looking at Hawaiian gods and goddesses, um I think there's something about two sisters or something like that, how there's question between who's more powerful. I didn't touch too much into this, but um I was like, I'm just going to talk about my ego here for a second. When looking up this stuff, and looking at past life energies, um the first card that the, the first reading that I received from a very particular resource, I was given two cards within divining, and they were both goddesses, but one of them was Pele. So I started looking her up just briefly, and I was like, oh, I was flattered, because I was like, oh, that sounds like the most powerful um, goddess. Is that, yeah, um, and from that region, and I'm not sure that it is. I think maybe the second most or equivalent, but I don't know. That's as much as I cognitively like book understand it. Um, footnote version, like very very brief note version. But anyway, that's the energy, is not what I'm talking about. Like, it's reappearing. All right, so my divine panel, what do you want to tell me about the undercurrents of this Umpire's Netherworld Decoded? Okay, let's. Are we able to? Can we go ahead and introduce Pele into this reading? Like, give her a forum. I feel like that's good. I don't know. What do they want to say? Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, we can get funding. We can get her investment. Sure. Okay. Thank you. Pele, what do you want to say? What do you want to say about this energy? You want to tell me any specifics about my past life? You want to tell me anything? You want to divulge? I don't know. What would you like to say? What is our relation? What's our relationship? Because I don't think it's a situationship. I just don't know. Like, I would like to hear straight from the source. So, and of course, welcome. Elemental of water in reverse. So this is a huge capacity within my intuitive bodies, capable of managing fire. Like, I don't know. What the hell? What? What? But this is the blessings of the tide, is what she's telling me. You see? Like, this is a multi-factor authentication kind of energetic. Like, so the waves are not just managed by a single deity. There's like divas, there's certain energetics that assist in the management of flow, because I think there's different regions, etc. You know, like how you have directors for certain regions within like the US or globally or whatever. It's kind of like that. Like, each has their own specialty in knowing the people, the sentience beneath the surface, like in the ocean, and above surface, those that frequent both areas within those regions. So there's you know, there's a lot of knowledge and a lot of management behind each, especially with such a historical area. So that's what she's telling me as far as the undercurrents. Interesting. Okay. Okay, that one too. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah, I have partnerships. I have alliances with tide pools, like tide pools. Tide. What? Okay, so so I feel like even with this card alone, she's granted me favor, blessings, of these tides that are rolling in, and so she's as well giving me messages on that. 3 of Pentacles, though. It's bringing in like a freshness, a new wave of things. Like it's all in favor, because look how fruitful that is. Now, but looking at like the land and it's what do you call it? The devastation and manipulations. I don't know too much about the politics that are going on there, and to tell you the truth, I don't know the, like, shamelessly speaking, I don't know too much of the politics that are going on over here. My interest is not quite in politics, but I do stay in tune with energetics, and what do you want to? So what do you want to tell me, Pele? Because I would figure that if I have your investment, that requires my involvement, and that not only am I respected for my past and current involvements, but there's a particular reason why you would surface to me and grant me these wonderful things. It's not just bibbity bobbity boo, godmother energy. So what do you want to tell me? Is there anything that you have to say about your, I don't know, I feel weird asking this, but I should just ask it. I should, just out of courtesy, out of respect. What do you want to tell me about your land or your people? What do you want me to convey? What do you want me to know? Yeah. This fell up against my altar, right in between the fan and the bottle of rubbing alcohol. So it's leaning up against the Moonology deck, but in my altar, and it's facing as Page of Swords. I don't know what to say about this. I normally don't get Page of Swords, if at all, at any time from this deck on the as above portion. So there are birds coming in. I think a lot of people already know this. You can tell the health of a region based on birds that come that birds' behaviors. So if there's exotic birds coming through that are not normally native to a certain region, you know that there's something absolutely troubling and problematic. It's not just like, oh, this is beautiful, etc. This is a, a symbol of whatever, like this must be auspicious. It's not always the case. That there should be a further investigation as to the causation and given the personal experience of witnessing that, because there's multiple in the background too. So while it might be quite magical, being that you were chosen to receive that message, it's also the message in itself that has to be deciphered. So there's, because these are golden birds too, but there's something, I don't know. Is this just like an isolated magical experience? But no, I really feel like if something is out of place and there's multiples of it, of the same kind, you have to investigate, like just question it a little bit. Because like if it's kind of along the lines of, let's say you meet somebody and they seem to be wonderful like week after week, but you only seldom see them, so they only have certain slots of opportunity in which they need to engage and be at their best. So when it like the ratio appears to be that they're great, when in some it's low effort and love bombing at the same time, you know what I mean? So there's something like to okay, so Pele, please clarify. Okay, so it opened up to the High Priestess in reversal, and this is a 10 of Cups. For this particular instance, she's saying, Tina, no, you deeply know, like, what's, a lot, the undercurrents very well, and it's bringing you, like, she's just gifting me. That's weird. That's just, with the 10 of Cups. Like, this is a huge tide, a huge swell. And so, for my personal messaging, I don't think she wants to get cray-cray on, like, political stuff. Like, it just feels so strange to me. Like, this is a huge blessing. So any investigation here is just like, is really like drawing it back to self, like a, Snow White, like a golden, these are golden opportunities that are flying through, that are coming through. This is kind of strange. I expected something a little serious. I don't, but I guess the serious portion of this is that it's intent on me receiving those things, feeling good, like really good with these things. On the bottom of the deck is 6 of Cups in reverse. It's definitely underground kin energy. 10 of Wands, and then the Empress in reverse. So definitely these are major connections. This is very like on screen, top of the deck. Two of Swords. So something about intersections, maybe a crossroads, but like this is weird because I wanted to say something about it here, that all three, it's like a fork in the road kind of, but which one forks into the other, you know what I mean? It's all even. So but like this is not quite a crossroads. This is it's not even a roundabout. I don't even know how to describe this, but it's ecliptic energy yet again. And I think the eclipse is what we found in the Hanged Man energy. Or is that the initiate energy? I think it's the judgment card. It was like, it was karma. Yeah. It was called the initiate, though. Initiation? Yeah. So this is very secret. Very ancient old energy. I don't know, but I'm part of it. They said I'm part of it. Because look, dude, oh my gosh, like I am definitely underground part of it. Oh, that's what? This is crazy. This is a double eclipse. That's what it was received as. Something about the I think I just finished something about the internal compass, or I'm on that and editing one of my videos. I'm around June 14th right now, but something. Internal compass, huh? Okay, so this is putting some, I don't know if this is like blocked off, or because it doesn't look like the pendulum is swaying right now. So what's underneath this? The circle, the Hanged Man card. There's this is odd. So there's reserved seating, like blocked off for me. They're telling me this because I hinted towards the I was clued into the Hanged Man energy. And so we just got through with the High Priestess. So there's X marks the spot. There's 10 over here. Then the 2 is covered by the High Priestess. So I belong here with them. I still am supposed to. I am meant to remain objective in this board. This is like an undercover, like when you're talking about board of directors, it seems like high and mighty, which it is because it's like the ultimate of the Says. They represent they monitor all impacts, and they represent the goodwill of all investors. So what do we want to say about this? So I'm part of that. Like I'm included, but like I'm in a different is I don't know how to describe it. But it's master number 22 here with the High Priestess here. It's like I just don't like, it's master number 22. I'm right here, and this is like a separate spot, but it's part of it. You know, it's so this is like, this is high up there. And I think that's why I get certain things that I need in this world. I don't understand. I was just talking to you about goat milk soap, and then I find goat milk soap. Like, that's not exact, but the closest to that I've seen yet to what I used to have. And so it's just kind of like, even like on an incremental level versus like when I need certain things, it comes through. And so I'm not the only one that's positioned within high ranks. And I know we're not supposed to talk about it like that, but like that's how people kind of understand certain things. So I know that there are others from high ranks or different organizations, etc. But this is like different kinds of sentience, like the highest level of them. You know, these are the valedictorian's representative each sentience, not like, because this can represent like all of their sentience, all of their sentience, all of their sentience. You know what I mean? Like this is kind of insane. um so I am being called upon to be part of that, like someone is summoning that, right? So there's, I wasn't clear a few seconds ago as to whether that's representative of me summoning these um, forms of life, um, uh, or if I am called to be part of that. But the pendulum tells me that I'm called to be right there, part of it, you know, called upon as well. So that's very interesting. Never thought I was gonna like get into that. Okay, so, and I think that's what Pele would grant me such wonderful things. Okay, all right, I think, that's it for now. I'm starting to feel a little sleepy now. And there's like, I feel like, and kind of an earache. I don't get earaches, but there's some kind of pounding in my left ear, like on the inside a little bit. Hold on a sec. Maybe I don't have to end this early. I think maybe somebody's just being mean to me, trying to stop me. Yep. Someone trying to stop me. A piece just burned off and like landed in my thighs and my deck. Yeah. I think someone was trying to do some bad juju. Yeah, the air is stagnant here right now. For sure. In the name of Jesus Christ, I rebuke you. Okay, we're fine now. I stopped. Yay! Okay. My divine panel, what do you want to say about that? These ones is what they're gonna say. Oh, it's the moon card. Oh, look, death is following. Yay, watching. Oh my gosh, and the devil card right behind that. And then the three of swords in reverse right behind that. Dude, talk about like the fellowship of deities and representative like forces of each sentience. I have that, so much so that like, look, I have the backing of that energetic. Even like, it's how would I say it, you can respect an energy without worshiping it, you know what I mean? So it's like, I have that, like, I can have the backing of this energy without experiencing any kind of heartbreak, disappointment, or loss. Like, do you understand? Like, that's massive. That's massive, massive energy. Yeah, you see, both have a crystal ball. Like, that's insane. That's insane. Well, thank you very much. Okay. All right. I think that's a lot of information. So bottom of the deck, we still have the Six of Cups in reverse of God. Okay. So, what are my 3 takeaways? 1, 8 of Swords. Like, meditate. Stay in your meditative state. This is very, very good for you, Tina. Aligning your chakras. This is your cue on your hiatus. Like your, what is it? Showcasing your hiatus moment. Lotus flower, like growing. It's very, gentle in its, upbringing. Takeaway number 2 is King of Pentacles. Oh, feeling the ethers for sure. Bringing that in. So this is channeling quite a bit, my dears. Like, this is centennial channeling right here. Like, very, very well experienced. That's excellent. Okay, so, did it want to go with that one? I think it was this one. 9 of Cups. Channeling a lot of happiness for sure. What did I just do? It was, I am in the middle of doing, like, I think it was, or maybe I just finished one with using the Tarot del Fuego. I'm pretty sure. But there was an elephant with a lot of eyes. I just did the thumbnail for this. I'm telling you, like, anyway. You see right there. So, a lot of happiness coming through. It's going from the cooler, energy, like the chill energy of this color palette, to warm, you know. So, this is kind of like a kind of chameleon energy. Yeah, definitely. There's, okay. And what is my 3rd takeaway? 2 of Cups again. Divine unions, partnerships, etc., etc. Like, when you're in really good energy, part of the incentive, by default, not by its primary, but is that we attract, wonderful relationships, people who want to equally invest, people who can, not just want to, equally invest. So these are very reciprocative, respectful, therefore increases the level of enjoyment, and not just being with each other chill, or anywhere from chill to intensely within that spectrum. So it's wow, that's very good. It's very good. I want to get a clarifier for that. I don't feel like it's really necessary. This is so wonderful. Like, what do you tell me with that? Ace of Cups in reverse for definitely. Saying turn it down for what? Because this is a trophy cup. And this is the obvious what, you know? Because that's like in honor when you like give a drink to the homies too. It's, you know, it's, these are good. This is so good. I don't know what else to say, but this is very nice. I like it. So, I feel like, okay, closing message, from my divine panel led by Pele. What do you want to say? Ace of Swords, 7 of Swords, and 7 of Wands. This is making this deal with the upper hand. Like, this is the Ace of Spades. This is like the strongest card in the deck. When you're looking at just a plain Jane version of a regular deck and doing divination off of that, that's the freaking Ace of Spades. That's the ace of aces, basically. Without looking at any major arcana, that's what that is. And so there's a certain magic that I have in delivering pieces of information that reach people energetically through their subconscious, like at, that's what it's saying right there. So I have this huge upper hand in creating balance and opportunities. Um, and this is not solely for myself, though it primarily is. Like, I should be the sole receiver of, of that. But being that it's in the middle card, it's also not just for myself, but also for the benefit of others. That's the main reason. This very imbalanced, reciprocative. So the steel is like an illusion. It it's like who gets there first, and I get there first, but then that's also to make sure that I do the counts to equal equal out the distribution. So to manage that. So that is excellent. I know this because like the people sitting on the pentacles look very closely related to the lady here. Yeah. So this is angel number 17. If not, it is, I see, it could have been 71, but it started out 1, then 7, then 7. So angel number 17, which is the star card, and angel number 177 is here. So it's definitely having the upper hand in this. Yeah. It's kind of, the initial intent is to be able to do this without like striking, you know what I mean? Like without violence here. Without inflicting violence, for sure. Because there could be violence in, in when I deliver certain messaging to people who need to digest their violent background. Or backgrounds if they had, multiple identities in carrying out certain things. So, or different phases of their lives. So it's not like my causation of the violence, but rather the necessity to review that, like life review that for the person that it's meant for. Yeah, that's interesting. So that is Pele telling me, like that's a closing statement and comment from her, representative of the divine panel. Now Pele, are you a visitor? And thank you. So Pele, are you a temporary visitor, or are you also part of my divine panel? Are you like newly inducted, volunteered in, nominated? What is your position within this grouping? Okay. The Summerland, or the Fool card in reverse, 6 of Swords, and 8 of Cups in reverse. This is to ensure that I get back on my feet in finding my calm through the studies. and like finding what I need in information, but also being like really chill with it, being able to address certain things. It's kind of like logistical with information. Uh-huh. But also being able to temper self with whatever you come across. Um, and this is to ensure a comeback, a return. So this is kind of being under the fire, like under pressure to like make something of it looks like of your situation, Tina. So this is very much, her involvement is very purpose driven within the panels, very specialized. So we can't quite say that she has like a firm everyday type of seating there. Um, I think she has other matters to take care of. Like there's other matters, but for her particular involvement, yeah, I feel a lot of tingles. But I also feel like a strong, like something here. I don't know if I would call it strong, but definitely someone trying to meddle with me. So, oh, it's cold. Okay. So, it's ensuring that I get back on my feet and to ensure a comeback. So, yeah, definitely. So it's trying like she's like my motivator, but also like the mm, like encouraging. She's my like kind of like a cheerleader almost. Supporter for sure. Thank you, Pele. I appreciate your inputs and your investment. All right, blessings be. So I think all donations provided in light and love, and of light and love that reciprocate equally. I call back all my power, energy, essence, gifts, and strength from those that call upon, generate, bring, cast, or any variation thereof, ill will, intent, and or entities to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit and Archangel Michael's blue flame for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light energy, and then to be refortified in me, only me, hassle-free, no doubt, and no attachments, except for all bonus points included. Thanks so very much. So, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of roll out in light and love. I close the portals in this reading.